An event, a moment like this requires a lot of different individuals and organizations to really step up and play a huge role. But we wouldn't have a sports community here without an individual that's in the seats here today. I want to recognize Leonard Levy, who has just been phenomenal. Leonard, if you don't mind just standing, acknowledging the crowd. Let's give Leonard a round of applause. Certainly, an effort like this requires a lot of resources, and we've had a guy who really stepped to the forefront to help lead our host advisory committee. He's been phenomenal and just been an incredible resource to the overall effort. He's not gotten the credit he deserves, but I want to make sure everybody acknowledges him here today. Let's give a round of applause to Carlos Alfonso. Carlos. Thank you, Carlos, for everything you've done. Our chair of our sports commission came up with this idea that's sitting outside of the Tampa Convention Center right now. It's 20 yachts. It's the first time we've ever done it. Championship Yacht Village. He's been such a big part of not only that effort, but so many more. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Collier. I talked about organizations as well. You know, between our convention and visitors bureaus, both Visit Tampa Bay and Visit St. Pete Clearwater, we've had so many people pulling in the right direction. Our airport has done a phenomenal job, not only helping get people in, but also on egress here today. The Tampa Port Authority, Tampa Sports Authority, so many other organizations that help comprise Team Tampa Bay have truly been phenomenal. We have two incredible municipalities right here. I want to introduce you to the leaders of both of those. Without their help and support, this event and any others would not be possible. Up first, I want to introduce you Hillsborough County Commissioner Ken Hagan.
Well, good morning, everyone. What a game last night. Talk about an incredible ending. As a college football fan, you cannot ask for a more exciting game. This has been an unbelievable 5-day celebration of college football. Amazing event after amazing event, culminated with last night's national championship game. Whether it was media day at Emily Arena, where we ran out of earbuds because so many fans attended, to the packed crowds at Fan Central here at the Tampa Convention Center, or the Playoff Playlist Live at Curtis Hickson, where 20,000 people flocked to see Usher Sunday night, myself being one of them. Each event enjoyed record attendance. And the beauty and uniqueness of Tampa is that all of these events were connected and highlighted by Tampa's Riverwalk. To have our community showcased on one of the biggest stages in all of sports cannot be underscored enough. This was a chance to showcase Tampa Bay, not only to the tens of thousands of people who visited our community, but also to the millions who heard about Tampa Bay through national television, social media, and several other platforms covered by the huge delegation of national media and all of our visitors. This was an unprecedented opportunity for Tampa to be on the world stage, and after attending several of the events and speaking with dozens of fans that were here, I can say with confidence that this was an unqualified success. An event of this magnitude, and Rob touched base on this, does not just happen. It is a result of many years of planning and preparation. And I'm so incredibly proud of Rob Higgins and his team at the Tampa Bay Sports Commission. I've personally been to many Super Bowls and championship games for every sport, but I have to say, no one does a better job of hosting a major sporting event than the Tampa Bay Sports Commission. Their attention to detail is extraordinary. Speaking of Rich, Rob, including in our bid package a last-second touchdown pass to win the game was a nice touch. So I want to thank you for that. But we are honored to have served as the third host city for this prestigious event. I want to personally thank Bill, Michael, Reed, and the entire CFP team for this opportunity. I want to be very clear that we want to host another CFP National Championship game. In fact, we look forward to hosting another championship game so much that this afternoon we're going to have our first meeting planning our next bid. Thank you.
Looks like I'll be there this afternoon. Up next, Mayor of the City of Tampa, and really I just want to say the City of Tampa has been phenomenal across the board. If you saw the safety and security involved city services, it's been incredible. We're so fortunate to have both Hillsborough County and the City of Tampa wearing the Team Tampa Bay jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor of the City of Tampa, Bob Buckmore.
Does it get any better than this? This is almost good as Dewey Beach Truman. I could not be prouder today of this amazing community and this amazing team. You heard from Rob and you heard from Commissioner Hagan what this took to put this on. But I will tell you in no uncertain terms, we've done 4 Super Bowls, we've done the Republican National Convention, we've done the Bollywood Awards, and now we have done the signature event in college football. And I will tell you that we have done them as well as they have ever been done across this country. The execution was flawless. Rob Higgins and his staff and the volunteers and the funders did an absolutely amazing job. And his Team Tampa stood up once again and told the world that we're here and that we don't ask anybody's permission anymore. And we can put on and compete on any stage, in any environment, for any event, and do it better than anyone else has ever done it. For the men and women of the Tampa Police Department, for the men and women of Tampa Fire and Rescue, for all of our employees, led by Dennis Rohero, my Chief of Staff, once again, they stood up and they said, we are here to help. We will do whatever it takes to make sure that this is a safe environment. And I hope you saw the presence of the Tampa Police Department in huge numbers to make sure in a very, very tenuous global environment that our guests remain safe and that they left Tampa coming back to their communities and saying what an amazing city this is. I will tell you in no uncertain terms that this is a different place than it was 5 years ago. You think about the completion of the Riverwalk, 6 mayors, 40 years in the making, how that has transformed our city, how that has given us an opportunity to host more and more of these events, how it's opened up the waterfront for not just Tampanians, but for the world. When I saw those thousands of people walking along that Riverwalk, looking around at that skyline, seeing Usher projected up on the Sykes building, seeing the minarets, seeing the waterfront activated, seeing Yacht Village, and seeing visitors to our community walking around saying, I never knew this city existed. I never knew what an amazing place this was. I cannot wait to come back. That's what this means for us. That means that we now have the ability to compete once again, to host this event again, and we have proven that we can do this on any stage, at any time, anywhere. And to Bill Hancock, thank you for believing in us. Thank you for rewarding us with this game. We told you we would not let you down. You have an amazing team. The execution has been seamless. I could not be prouder today of the people of this community and all of those who helped to put this event together. This is Tampa's time. It's nuestro tiempo. This is where we stood up once again and said, we're here, we compete, and we win. Congratulations to the entire team. I could not be prouder, and thank you, Rob. Great job.
Speaking of teams, I'd love for our sports commission team to just stand real quick. I think a lot of times you hear the name Ron Higgins and staff, they've been phenomenal throughout. You should see our office. It looks like a fraternity house. Pizza boxes, sodas, everywhere imaginable. These people have been working around the clock for months on end, and it's so cool to see the fruits of the labor pay off last week. We have a phrase in our office, really just kicked off last night. It's called First Second. And it relates specifically to the College Football Playoff National Championship. And from the first second we had an opportunity to bid on this event, we started working on it. From the first second we could present our vision, we started working on it. After we were awarded, from the first second, we could then build on that vision, try to meet and exceed expectations. That's exactly what we did. And just as Commissioner Hagan said, and just as Mayor Buckhorn said, now the focus shifts. It's not about our first second. It's about being your first second time host. I want to thank Bill Hancock, Michael Kelly, Reed Sigmund, Gina Leahy, Layla Brock, the entire CFP staff. You know, these were people that I think were friends going into this overall process that now, today and after what the week was, are now our family. So we really appreciate it. I want to introduce you to a face that's really near and dear and familiar to our community. He's a guy that worked on the 99 men's Final Four here as the host committee president. Then he ran the Super Bowl here in 2001, helped lay the groundwork for a lot of what you saw this weekend when he was in those roles. And then now, getting a chance to work with him again, our community has been just so blessed to have that privilege again. Ladies and gentlemen, the COO for the College Football Playoff, Michael Kelly.
Thank you, Rob. Who says you can't go home again? Because it certainly feels like I've been home the last year and a half preparing for this game. It's Tampa Bay community gave me a chance as a young sports administrator back in the late 90s, and to come back and have a chance to work with them again on yet another wonderful event is just kind of a dream come true for me. So thank you to Rob and for everyone doing that. Part of what makes Tampa so special is how many people get involved, and a lot have been thanked already, and there's more to be thanked here today. But you know, the speakers that we had already with Mayor Buckhorn and Commissioner Hagan, I mean, for me to have the kind of access and try to put an event together where we can talk to those gentlemen and their staffs at any time to kind of work on different plans and logistics is just awesome. It just shows how much they care and how much they get their staff behind it. It's just been an awesome opportunity for us. So thank you to Mayor Buckhorn and Commissioner Hagan for that. The other thing that you obviously can't go unnoticed is the work and tremendous work of the Tampa Sports Authority and the Raymond James Stadium and all that's gone over there with the incredible game last night. With Eric Hart leading the organization, Mickey Farrell, who's worked night and day for years, David Moss, and their teams in terms of putting on just a great show last night. And the unsung hero that probably never gets nearly enough credit is Wayne Ward, the head of the field crew over there at the Raymond James Stadium. The last 8 days, he's put in 3 full fields with the Outback Bowl, with the Buccaneers game, and then ultimately with us. And that field last night was grown specifically for this game, and it was top-notch. You could even see on the final drive of the game last night, it was just in perfect condition. And he and his crew worked night and day to do it. So thank you to the whole crew there. And the Buccaneers also were extremely helpful in terms of being a logistical partner and planner throughout the entire process. So we can't thank them enough. I would like to thank Rob and his entire staff. It truly has set a standard for what we love out of a local organizing committee and what a sports commission can be and do. When I first met Rob in that '99 Final Four, he was a locker room attendant and practice coordinator for the Final Four. Best one we've ever seen. And then years later, I had a chance to work with him when I was at the University of South Florida. I was kind of on the external side of things, and he made everything happen on the internal side. It's been great to work with him throughout his career and watch him develop this Tampa Bay Sports Commission into truly, obviously, being one of the preeminent organizations of its kind in the entire country. So, Rob, thank you, and we're very blessed to have had the chance to work with you. And what a resounding success this whole week was, and it's already been alluded to a few times already. But to just look at the way the events kind of came off. We had record crowds at Playoff End Central. We had record crowds at AT&T Playoff Playlist Live. We had record crowds at Taste of the Championship. We had record attendance at our 5K race, even despite rather cold temperatures that day. We had record crowds, as was mentioned before, at Media Day. So there's a common theme here, and it ended last night with the largest crowd in Raymond James Stadium history. So there's a theme there. It was a goal of Rob's and his teams to make sure we had that type of attendance. It was achieved, and we couldn't be happier in terms of how it came off. So all in all, what it all came down to is our staff likes to preach and try to incorporate host committees into our philosophy of playing to your strength. We have the opportunity to move each year to bring our championship to a different place. And we don't want it to be the same. We want it to be the same in terms of its standards and being buttoned up and be an excellent event. But we want it to have its own flavor. We want it to play to its strengths in this community. And the Tampa Riverwalk and the proximity of so many of the venues and the unique real estate that we have at Raymond James Stadium to be able to set up an awesome championship tailgate and all those sorts of things are what made this event special and allowed Tampa to play to its strengths with the Yacht Village, its concise footprint, the Clearwater Beach Bash. All those things were really just a great example of a community playing to its strengths. And we look forward to working with future communities in the same way, but just can't thank them enough for doing that. What I'd like to do now is to turn it over to our leader. Mr. Billy Hancock's our executive director. I'm grateful to him every day for bringing me onto his team, allowing us to assemble just an awesome CFP staff that he'll speak to, and allowing us to kind of start with this blank slate on this great event to create what's been so successful in the first 3 years. So please allow me to welcome our executive director, Mr. Bill Hancock.
Good morning, everybody. This is a special day. This has been a special time, but this is a special day for all of us as we can get back together, rehash, tell old war stories, and remember what a great weekend we had here in Tampa. Yesterday, before the game, one of my favorite things always is to walk around. I take my little badge off, walk around the concourse, walk around the outside of the stadium, talking to fans, and just soaking in the remarkable atmosphere. Yesterday, I would say 3 or 4 different people stopped me. I guess they might have seen me on TV along with the mayor here in town. Stopped me to say, Mr. Hancock, thank you so much for bringing this event here to Tampa. This was Joe and Joanne, Tampa citizen, who just felt so strongly, felt such great gratitude that they wanted to stop a stranger and say thank you for bringing the event to our city. As we soaked in the sunshine and had those little conversations, to each one I said, no, thank you. Thank you for the spirit, the vitality, the remarkable welcoming attitude that we got in Tampa from day one. Wonderful job. College football playoff, 3rd year. We have grown remarkably in posture and in our place in the culture of America. Some of you know I was director of the NCAA Final Four for many years, including the great one that we had here. But this college football playoff is poised to take off and become just a remarkable, iconic event in our country. We're very proud of it. I want to give a shout out to our board of managers, that's 11 university presidents, who had given us on our staff in Dallas the remarkable opportunity to be associated with this event. Every day I wake up and think how lucky we are to be working in college football. And in turn, we entrusted ourselves to Rob and Mayor Buckhorn and Ken. And I'm telling you, they have been awesome. They have an intuition, all 3 of those people, an intuition to learn to know what we need even before we need it. I don't see how they did that. And I'll tell you something else. Friday night of the thunderstorms, we're all watching the weather, of course, on TV, and Tampa's in the middle, and all of a sudden there's this line coming toward us off the Gulf. All of a sudden the thunderstorms parted and went around Tampa, north and south of Tampa. Mayor, I don't know how you did that, but that was pretty special. We have a great staff on CFP, and I also want to thank them for their hard work. Many of them you've gotten to know, you media folks, and those of you who work with our team. You've gotten to know them and see what remarkable human beings they are. Yes, we had an event that was going to be high profile, and yes, many people wanted to be a part of our team, but we could not have done better in selecting the folks that we selected. So those of you who are here, we won't meet today until 11:30. Oh wait, it's already 11:30. We won't meet to pack up until 11:45. Good for you. This event happened because of the partnership between CFP and the people of Tampa. This event happened together, collegial, cooperative. This was a win-win, and that is the only way to do an event. And again, thanks to Ken and Mayor Buckhorn and Rob for their participation in that. A great example of this working together has been the success of our Extra Yard for Teachers program here in Tampa. If you've been paying attention at all, you've heard us talk about Extra Yard for Teachers. Our goal is to become the largest single area where a sports entity is involved in the betterment of teachers in this country. And we're making very good progress on that. Extra Yard for Teachers does this by inspiring and empowering quality teachers all over the country. And how many of you happened to be at the Teacher Summit the other day? You saw the remarkable enthusiasm in that room. My wife, Nikki, is a retired teacher, and she spoke at the summit. And as we were checking in through security to go to the Usher concert, which Michael tricked me, he got me to go to the concert because he told me the Beach Boys were playing. But as we checked in, the security lady said, "I saw you speak at the summit. You were fantastic." So here was a teacher who was moonlighting as a security person who took the time to remember a person who had been at that summit. How Extra Yard works, 3 ways: providing resources directly to teachers, recognizing teachers, and providing professional development training. Teachers are unappreciated, and we are determined through the College Football Playoff Foundation to change that over time. The Tampa Bay Sports Commission got behind Extra Yard for Teachers and funded classroom pop projects across this area to the tune of $1 million. That is not chump change. $1 million from the Tampa Sports Commission to support teachers in this area. So as we talk about the wonderful game that we all saw last night, as we talk about the wonderful weekend we all had together, let's not forget the remarkable things that happened for teachers in this area because the College Football Playoff came here to Tampa. There was also the launch of and I want to make sure I get this right, a launch of an initiative that through our partners at the Helios Education Foundation, Florida College Access Network, and the Hillsborough Panels and Pasco County, and Pasco County School Districts that also helped us get connected with schools in this area. We also promoted College Application Week. You know, so many young people they're not exposed to college at home. Maybe no one in the family ever went to college. We got on the stick and went to school and said, you can apply to college. You can go to college. You should go to college. And we've seen a remarkable rate of success from that program. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but a remarkably higher number of young people in this area applied to go to college because of the emphasis that we in the Sports Commission put on it through our programs. Pell Grants. We also encourage people to apply for student aid. And we've seen already a large increase in the number of applications for Pell Grants in this area. Another positive thing about the College Football Playoff Foundation, as these seniors to be are starting on their road to college and their road to life beyond. You know, numbers are great, but they can't express what this helping hand means to people. Back in November, Extra Yard, our team of Extra Yard folks visited
at the Atlanta Football Host Committee. He's going to tell you some details about what the fans, the media, and the participating teams will experience at the stadium. Rich?
Well, I guess my perspective is a little different than most. I first want to talk about yesterday's game, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I am a football guy, and that was a football game. Deshaun Watson happens to be from Gainesville High School, which is where Flower Branch is, which is where our facility is located, so we've known Deshaun a long time, and to see that game was incredible. Also, I want to say a little thing about Tampa, about what a fantastic job you did in hosting the game. I remember when these games were first talked about, maybe it's 40-something years ago, we'd have to ask Leonard, maybe that. But when Leonard and George and Tom McEwen and all those people talked about Tampa and the fact that Tampa could host these events, could host Super Bowls, not sure there were a lot of people believing that, but they did it. And they really taught me something that I think has helped me a lot in Atlanta, which is public-private partnerships matter. And it's not going to happen just by the public getting it done for you. It's not just going to happen because a football team wants to help, or city wants to help. It takes everybody, a community, it takes people like the Levy brothers to make it happen. and Tampa should be proud of what you just did. I attended the game yesterday as a pure fan, and it was really a cool event. They did a really good job, executed in an outstanding fashion. With respect to us, we will welcome you next year to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We didn't build this stadium to build a better Georgia Dome. That was not our object. We're trying to reset the bar when it comes to stadiums, not just in design, but in the way the fans actually consume the product. We think in everything we're going to do, we're going to try to reset the fan experience. We promise you that Arthur's vision and his intent is extremely high, and we intend to deliver on that for you. We designed this building with 3 anchor tenants: the Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta United, our soccer team, and this event. We designed it with the idea that we wanted to host big events. We don't want to host one of them. We don't want to host 2 of them. We want to host a lot of them. We had this game in 18. We have the Super Bowl in 19. We have the Final Four in 20. We'll have events after that because hopefully we'll deliver for you. It's one thing to say we're going to deliver, but we will deliver for you. That is our object, and that is what we will do. That's why Atlanta had 40 people here to make sure that we learned all the things we could learn from Tampa, which were a lot because it was a fantastic event, and then try to improve upon it and do the best we can. We think our venue will be second to none. You've seen some videos of it. I can assure you that the building will be better than the videos. One thing I want to say before I introduce the mayor is to say that, like Tampa, the beauty of Atlanta is the public-private partnership. It is the mayor's office, and the people that work for the mayor's office, the mayor, it's the governor, it's the governor's office. There's a lot of people that go into making these events work, and Atlanta, for me, second to none in that cooperation. And that is why we've moved the needle where we've moved it. Arthur had a vision to try to put Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown, in the heart, if you will, of downtown. We've done that. We're literally 300 feet from 2 MARTA stations. We're within, as Dan said, probably half mile of 10,000 hotel rooms. And we have Centennial Olympic Park. We have all these things to offer, and we need to execute behind it. But it's the public-private partnership that works, and I think I'm proud to call the mayor my friend, because the one thing that Mayor Kasim Reed has done for us is he has moved the needle. If you were in Atlanta, 10 years ago, you were in Atlanta 5 years ago, you're in Atlanta today, you're seeing a city that is just getting better and better and better, and the mayor has played a big role in that. So with that, I will turn it to our Mayor Kasim Reed.
Hello. I want to start just by saying how fortunate I am to have a terrific partner like Rich McKay and the Falcons organization. How grateful I am to Bill Hancock and to the college football playoffs for choosing the city of Atlanta and giving us the opportunity to host this event that's filled with passion, that's filled with energy, and literally does make the community come together in the way that I